Right, this is a quick road test video. This is for a Volvo V70 and it's a 2.4 diesel SE model. The car is registered, I'll just wait for the wife, OE55GKO, and mileage at the start of this road test is 165,481 miles. The reason we do the road tests, whether a cheaper part exchange like this or more expensive retail item, is we want customers to see the cars prior to coming to see us. So if there's any issues, I can relay them back to you. So if you know you're coming, if you're coming, you know what to expect and what to find. Road tests are also done on exactly the same road test route that any prospective buyer may be offered if they're interested in purchasing the vehicle. So in that sense should be representative of what you should feel yourself. Very brief background to this car. It has literally just come in on part exchange. Chat's just bought one of our Hondas, which is what we predominantly specialise in, and part exchange this car. The car's obviously got a long MOT, as you know from the advert, very well serviced throughout its life. I drove it prior to doing the finalising the deal with him, just to ensure that I was happy with the car itself, and it drove very, very nicely. Just a couple of items which I will pick up on through the course of the test drive. But starting with the engine starts absolutely instantly. Sounds like a low mileage one, very smooth. It's got tons and tons of grunt. Obviously there's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle either. Temperature gauge is running at a third and the engine is warm now. The chap's just driven sort of a good 30 miles to us to pick up the car. But the engine pulls and sounds much like a car that's done half its miles, in all honesty. It really is a very, very, very smooth, and it's got a bit of character to these engines. I've always liked the sound of these V70s. The engines have a really nice sort of throb to them, but there's nothing on the engine to concern yourself about the mechanics of the car itself. Which brings me on to the first, well, there's only two items on this vehicle that you should be aware of. It drives absolutely perfectly. Only where I can detect mechanically on the car is on and off the clutch. There's a tiny bit of, I'd assume, although I have not investigated it and we wouldn't be doing anything about it at the price the car's been sold quite clearly, I think there's a bit of engine mount movement. Because you're going to hear, just a faint sort of clonk now and again, when you, particularly in the lower gears, where the engine's sort of going backwards and forwards under load. So that's something, if you're keeping the car for the long term, you may want to look at investing in getting done. But that's it. That's mechanically the only item. Cosmetically, realistically, apart from very few minor blemishes on the outside, because it's very, very, very clean, to be fair to it. Just the bolster on the driver's seat. It's all there in terms of it's very supportive, very comfortable, but just got a bit of wear on the main bolster when you get in and out of the car. But that really is the sum total of anything that's detrimental in this vehicle in terms of its drive, in all honesty. Engine obviously feeds through into clutch. Clutch is very smooth in operation, bites absolutely beautifully. There's no change in engine note when clutch is in or out. And I say its actuation, it feels very much as new. It feels it's a very nice, smooth drive. Equally, gearbox on the car. I'm going to be honest with you. If the chap had offered me an automatic version of one of these, I wouldn't have taken it on part exchange. We've had a couple over the years, and they've given us lots and lots and lots of trouble. And I definitely wouldn't touch one of those ever again. This manual gearbox, very, very, very smooth shifting. The gear lever, the gear gate, the actuation, the shift quality, again, can't find any wear in it. It just feels, very, very smooth. The synchromesh is all perfect. Pull through the gears quickly, there's no crunching, nothing at all. It's actually a very, very nice gearbox, even by more modern standards, to use. It's got a nice mechanical feel to it, which you don't get on a lot of cars. Steering of the car, again, there's no vibrations, no track's absolutely dead straight. It feels taut, it feels tight, doesn't feel like there's any movement, you know, which you'd expect with age of the car, the mileage certainly, but that all feels really, really nice. Suspension of the car, again, very smooth riding. I've always maintained this is one of the most comfortable cars you'll ever sit behind. To show you, this tracking's absolutely dead straight, there's no vibrations there, and I'm at the legal limit now. But very, very smooth indeed. I can't hear any knocking noises from the suspension underneath at all. It just feels tight, it feels taut, it just does not feel like it's done the mileage it's done, in all honesty. But then, I guess given the kind of the service history, I'd imagine that's been kept on top of throughout the car's life. So this is a very nice example of one of these cars. It's very quiet on the move, again, so again suggests that sort of things like door seals must all be in pretty good order. And they are, again, even by much more modern standards, there's not many quieter cars on the road than one of these, in all honesty. It's a very, very, very smooth driving car. Brakes on the vehicle, nice solid brake pedal, no distortion, no vibrations. Will pulse when I hit the brake pedal. If I hit so reasonably hard now, it's nice, solid. It squats down like dead straight and true, so there's no issues there. Looking inside the vehicle, genuinely, apart from just the bolster wear on the driver's seat, which you've got to expect with this kind of mileage, all in fantastic condition in here. I've not cleaned it, it's exactly as it came to us. All plastics in very, very fine order, which is why people take these on to quite huge mileages. I did see one on Auto Trader when I was valuing this one, which was which had done over 600,000 miles. So it gives you some idea just how they take their miles. I've got the air conditioning on because it's a lovely warm, nearly spring, we're nearly there, but it is a warm day and it's pumping out lovely cold air as well. But every button I've pressed thus far at least works absolutely fine, it really does. I have to say, it's this would make a very good workhorse for someone. For the at this age of mileage, clearly we're not even going to pretend we can put a warranty on the car. We can't. But we, as I said, our business is based around, so predominantly selling Honda cars, but also sort of top-end Lexus and Toyota models and Mazda. So predominantly Japanese, certainly. But we obviously take the non-Hondas and non-Japanese cars and part exchange, as with this one. But we don't put them up at a price where we're making sort of huge profits. Far from it. We're just about break even on them. But that means we simply can't afford to put things like warranties on them, and so we want customers to be aware of that prior to coming to us. It's also why we do the videos. I want you to see the car in operation. I want to tell you about any issues that there might be. That way, rather than you having to sort of traipse across the country just to find out these things and then traipse back if it wasn't what you wanted, it clearly saves you that time and energy. But I have to say, and I mean it sincerely, apart from those couple of little things, it really, really drives very nicely indeed. Obviously, if there's anything on the video I've missed, it's not by intent of design, then please do give us a call, and obviously I'll happily answer any questions you may have.